Good morning. This is KELOLAND On The Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Police in Clark, South Dakota are asking for the public's help in solving recent car break-ins. Authorities say 8 vehicles were broken into Sunday morning. 1 vehicle was stolen and found nearby.
Some guns are also reported missing. Police are asking people to check their security systems from around 4:30 to 6:30 a.m. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Clark Police Department. 1 person is dead and 2 others are hurt after a crash east of Yankton over the weekend. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says it happened just before 9 o'clock Saturday night on Highway 50. A van was eastbound in the westbound lanes near Gayville when it collided with a westbound SUV.
The 45-year-old man driving the van died. The 29-year-old man driving the SUV suffered life-threatening injuries and was flown to a Sioux Falls hospital. The 28-year-old passenger received minor injuries and was taken to a nearby hospital. A Toronto, South Dakota woman has been identified in a deadly crash northwest of town last week. It happened just before noon Wednesday on Highway 15 near Toronto. A car was southbound when the driver, 68-year-old Nancy Lou Meyer, lost control on the icy road.
The car slid directly into the path of a semi. The vehicles collided and both went into the ditch. Meyer was pronounced dead at the scene. The 62-year-old driver of the semi was not hurt. Fire crews and first responders were called to a fiery crash at a northern Sioux Falls intersection over the weekend. At about 11:30 Sunday morning, 1 car was traveling at a high rate of speed and crashed into another at Russell and Cherokee Streets.
Both drivers were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the car that made the impact was cited for street racing.
Now let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Starting the work week mild, Scott?
Starting mild, and we may end mild and carry that over into the coming weekend. Temperatures today, we are looking at numbers to be well above average. 30s where we do have that deep snowpack. That takes us here on Brookings, Watertown toward the Marshall area. 46 today in Sioux Falls, 43 in Aberdeen, 44 in Pierre, and 50 in Rapid City. This week is looking warm, it's looking dry. Temperatures will be scaled back a little by Thursday, but still well above average. We'll have to wait until maybe next Monday to see that next chance for precipitation. May fall in the form of rain showers. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. South Dakota Catholics are mourning the death of the bishop of the Rapid City Diocese. 62-year-old Peter Muich died Saturday after being in hospice care for throat cancer. Pope Francis appointed Muich to be Rapid City's bishop in 2020.
Muich was a native of Minnesota and graduated from the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul. He also served as administrator of the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Rosary in Duluth. Funeral arrangements are pending. Residents and public servants of Union County paid their respects to longtime Sheriff Dan Limoges. He passed away on the 13th. Limoges served as sheriff of Union County for 33 years.
In that time, he served alongside dozens of other law enforcement agencies as well as first responders. Many of them joined Limoges' family at Elk Point Jefferson School over the weekend to honor and celebrate his life.
It's going to be tough, and everything that he's left here for us, we're going to continue on. But this is about Sheriff Dan and what he's taught us and how he's built up the department to move forward.
After the service, a procession of cars paid their respects to Limoges down Main Avenue in Elk Point. The Crow Creek Sioux Tribe has been making changes on the reservation to better address public safety concerns. One of those changes was adding these lights along East Fort Thompson Road.
Tribal Chairman Peter Lenkeek says 3 young people were hit by vehicles and killed along this road in recent years.
We have a lot of pedestrians here. Not everybody has a car, can afford a car, and so there's a lot of walking.
One of the people killed in a hit and run along East Fort Thompson Road was Loverine Walking Bull. There now stands a blue and white memorial for the 17-year-old along the road. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right. Well, some interesting stories this week. You know, one of these that we've brought up this morning already, I know it seems a little early, but the migrating bird activity on radar. We track that every spring. Well, here we are mid-February. We're already noticing a lot of that. Well, I guess it kind of coincides with the weather pattern, doesn't it? Everything seems to be moving along at a pretty good quick pace. And this week, we've got plenty of weather in the 40s and 50s, and even at times some 60-degree weather could sneak in here to parts of KELOLAND. We're going to watch this snowpack. Now, as of this morning, Huron still has about 6 inches of snow on the ground. Sioux Falls isn't anywhere close to that. There's a lot of areas that are basically down well below an inch, and it's going to be disappearing. I mean, that's just the plain simple fact here with our forecast that we're going to see mild weather. You can see that expanding here across the upper Midwest and northern plains through midweek. If we pull back the numbers a little bit on Thursday and Friday, it'll be subtle cooling. And for the weekend, right now, we're positioning to go up even more. And by about a week out from now, if these projections continue, not only is it warm, but it also might try to rain a little bit. And we'll see what that brings. There's still a lot of debate on the last couple days of the month here and into March. You know, March is an interesting month, too. We know that that can change a lot. So we'll just take what we've got now and we'll run with it here. Highs today, Sioux Falls should be in the middle 40s. Rapid City, you've got a little more wind today out of the northwest. That's a difference. East River folks won't have that. But West River, yes, we'll deal with that northwest wind, but highs around 50 in Rapid. Pierre will be in between, probably mid to upper 40s today. And then overnight tonight, some of you with the deeper snow cover, you'll be a little colder, but it won't take long, and we're going to roll back into the 50s in Sioux Falls tomorrow. Could we hit 60 in the south central? Maybe. It won't be far from it. Highs today, there are the numbers. Winter about 42, Valentine 46. Rapid City again at 50, the 7-day forecast. No mention of rain or snow at this point. We'll keep an eye on day 7. Maybe we add something in there by maybe a week out from now. But easy to take. You know, could we hit 60 on Wednesday? It's possible. Sioux Falls will be close. Aberdeen will be at least in the middle 50s on Wednesday. 40s, upper 40s there by Thursday and Friday. And Pierre and Rapid City, well, 50-degree weather is on the table. And for now, that's the way it looks going forward. So we're going to be into more of a spring-like mode. Check out details with the weather online at KELOLAND.com.